on becoming proficient?
Well, where I work, I don't have to know a second language. However, Methodists, we do have interpreters who are actually fluent in other languages to able to communicate with our patients in a direct setting.
Right. So basically, you guys call them and y'all send them out to another location or another entity and have them represent you all and communicate in that other language
Yes.
with that culture. Okay. So sort of an ambassador, you
Yes.
can kind of say, to another entity. Very good. So we've already talked about cultural barriers. What barriers would you say gender holds in communication
It
at
holds
the workplace?
to me, a major communication barrier. Men are thinkers. Women, we are emotional creatures. So sometimes with communicating with a man on my level, I have to communicate intellectually. Not saying that the woman's not intellectually challenged, but just let him be a thinker. With a woman, I have to come across more sensitive, more calm, more relaxed, and then she'll get the message across even better.
Right. I know from my work experiences working in female-dominated workplaces that a lot of the times coming from a man, we can come off very single, one-track mind, and very, we'll just say intellectual, like you said. And for women, they're much more emotional and much more action-based in what's going on. So there is like a kind of vice versa that you have to do with that. You have to, it goes both ways. It definitely does with men and women. So we know that gender plays a role in how communication is passed in the office. How about age? Do you think age has any impact on how you communicate with coworkers?
Yes, it does. I currently work with my vice president and my director. My vice president is over 60. He's in his 60s. My director is in his 30s. So you see the age difference there. Well, being able to communicate with both of them on an intellectual level helps a lot. I'm able to relate history-wise with my VP, and I'm able to relate current events with my director. But it helps a lot. So being able to communicate with both really, really works for me. But I'm able to communicate with anyone on any level because I feel like communication is the language of understanding.
Yeah, right, especially in our industry, it's pretty much key. But it's very important, like you said, to know the boundaries with different age levels. Because, like you say, with your VP, there's a more formal relationship that might exist than with your colleague that is of the same age bracket as you. It might be a little bit more informal, and y'all can get things done just a little bit differently, but certainly as efficiently. So, what kind of in your job are there nonverbal communication cues that kind of go on in the office, kind of like maybe some nudges or winks that kind of get passed along every now and again?
I have my nonverbal in meetings where I've already met with a vendor via phone or via face-to-face, and we've already discussed something. And then we go and meet with my director. And my director and I sit across the table from the vendors. And if it's not true, I give him a facial gesture. If it is true, he gets that relaxed gesture from me so he can understand that this vendor is either saying the truth or saying not.
So you guys kind of already have this plan set before you go in so that you're going to kind of work together and kind of, okay, that's pretty good. And what it all is very telling because that means that you probably have a really good rapport in the office with your superior because it takes a good rapport and a good relationship to be able to correspond those nonverbal cues and talk without really talking.
It really does because now my director doesn't even go to the meeting. He just relies on me to bring back
the room. That's very good. Hopefully I can maintain a relationship like that with one of my future superiors. As a healthcare professional, would you have any thoughts or advice to give me, someone that's aspiring to be in your position?
Well, communication is essential, but it's also essential to listen. Once you get that message across, think twice, think 3 times. Make sure that once you speak, you get the message across that you would like to relay. Don't just say anything, because sometimes it could be very offensive to someone else.
Right. So basically, think again, then speak. Sounds like sound advice. It's pretty good advice, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to take some time out and thank you, Ms. Jarman, for taking our time again in the rain and with all the football games going on, with today being Sunday, to take some time out and sit with me today and help me with this assignment and to help the audience know are some good ways to communicate in the workplace and how important that is. So again, I'd like to thank you and hope you have a great day.
My pleasure.
Thank you.